You see me, I am a dad all the way, and I enjoy this life. Um, I've been spending all I've been spending all year 2026 in the books of the prophets. That's been my whole Bible reading plan. Besides reading the Gospels with people that who are in church and people I'm assisting to get deeper in the faith, my personal Bible reading plan this year has been to be with the prophets, to spend time with the. I've, I've spent time the year previous to this with the major prophets. I read through them the first time, whatever, but the minor prophets this time. That's who I really want to spend time with. And I've spent time with the minor prophets every single month of this year. I've been focusing on one prophet and just going back and reading and reading and reading the whole month. I started with Hosea. Right now, I'm in Habakkuk. And the thing about Habakkuk is, it's not a long book. It's 3 chapters, but it goes deep. Like, my faith has made me more appreciative, and it's given me for forgiveness and to love people, even those that may have hurt me or may have caused me harm. You know, it's like, for example, I find myself, like, I'm from the city of Boston, and growing up in the city of Boston, especially as a black man, it is difficult. There is a lot of history of harm there and everything. But I found myself just like, I'm appreciative of where I grew up. I am. I'm appreciative of those that have came here before us historically. I'm appreciative, I find myself, like, I was reading in the book, Habakkuk, and Habakkuk, it's orientated around these, like, the main focus of this is be on the lookout. These Chaldeans are coming. Who are the Chaldeans? The Chaldeans are about the Babylonians. That's who they are. And they're coming. But it's like there's a sense of fear that he has, like, it's ingrained in the author. And you pick that up while he's talking. Like, he has this sense of fear. And the fear that he has is like he's afraid of these people that are coming. Like, there's one chapter, I mean, in the first chapter, he says to God, like, what, you are good. Like, why are you associating yourself with these violent people? Like, these people are not good. And then I had to go see it. Like, he talks about the violence that they commit, how they scoff at kings. And I had to go look this stuff up. Like, I really did. Like, I used all my resources that I have from the Anchor Yale library, from everything else. But I went ahead and I looked it up and went to the Boston Museum of Fine Arts. And that's why I'm so grateful for where we live, because there are a lot of people that have gone through Boston. There's a lot. But for somebody to create a museum, for a group of people to create a museum that is just there for anyone to go through, like, you can go and access these priceless pieces of art. Like, I didn't have to get on a plane. I didn't have to go anywhere. I was able to travel without even leaving my city. I was able to travel back to the time of ancient Babylon and the Chaldeans, and to go. My daughter loves Egypt. My other daughter, she loves Egypt. So we stopped by the Egypt section, but to go and travel and to be able to go to Assyria, to be able to go to that that Mesopotamian land, and to see, like, I was able to see a wall that was inside of the temple, or inside of the palace of Nebuchadnezzar, inside of the palace, of the Assyrians. And they had to be, these were like violent walls. The walls were, they had depictions of, like, their deities, which were like ultra brolic looking, so they could fight off all the other gods, because these people were extremely violent, extremely violent. They had, like, these depictions. Their art was just basically them just destroying people, on top of impaling people on top of stakes, about their conquests, on how they killed multiple people, how they turned noble men into servants. And this is their history. Like, they were known for just burning places down, stripping people naked, making them march back to their land. And this is who God assigns himself with. Like, you got to listen to, like, Nahum is talking about the Assyrians. Habakkuk is talking about the Chaldeans, which is the Babylonians. And it's there's significant fear there. There really is. I'm so grateful, for the Lord, for just the access to the prophets. I'm so grateful for the Holy Spirit for giving us this opportunity to even see it, because I'm sitting there and I'm reading and I'm like, yeah. And he's asking, he's like, Lord, aren't you from everlasting? Aren't you from the days of ancient, like from before? He doesn't understand what eternity is. So he's using the words that he has available to him. Aren't you from everlasting? To say that. And then I want to say it's in the second chapter that he goes in, and Peter talks about this. Peter, he talks about this in his letter. And Peter says, he says straight out, the prophets didn't know what they were talking about. They did not know what they were talking about. They could be talking about Jesus tooth and they don't know who he is. It's not revealed to them. They've searched the scriptures. They haven't found it. Peter said this. And Peter, you have to understand, Peter had a relationship with Christ. He's an apostle. So he had a relationship with the risen Christ himself. They sat down, they talked, explained things, went back over lessons. They discussed things with each other because the risen Christ was with them for like 40 days. But as we sit here and we talk, like Habakkuk prophesies, and he says, why have you made them like the fishers of men? Like they throw their nets and they just catch men like fish, and they're helpless to them. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Like Peter's right. He does not know what he's talking about. He's sitting there and he's prophesying about catching men like fish. Like the first words that Jesus says to Peter, come follow me and I'll make you fishers of men. Like, come on. And he doesn't know what he's talking about here. So he's sitting here, I think the year is, it's about 600 BC, 600, 700 BC. And he's sitting here, and he's sitting here and he's prophesying about him. He's prophesying about a Jesus he doesn't know. And the remarkable thing about Habakkuk is that as his book goes on, so now we're in the second chapter, he's prophesying. Now it turns to a prayer. And the type of prayer, like there's only two of these in the Bible. It's called a shigionoth, a shigionoth. And it's like a extremely emotional, like you're deep in prayer and you're reaching that point of jubilation, like you've been in deep prayer. And it is almost defiance, like you're at that pinnacle of the spiritual level. And it's defiance. It's not almost, it's straight defiance. Something's revealed to him in that deep prayer, and he still doesn't know. I think he thinks he's speaking about the situation that's happening to him right there before him, but it's not that situation. He's speaking about Jesus as in Revelation. He talks about this anointed one, this holy one, this Lord that goes against the head of evil, and he says you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna cut the evil, the head of the evil, the king of evil. You're gonna cut him from his thigh to his neck. You understand? If you go from the thigh to the neck, you've left that whole torso open. Everything's open. Things are spilling out. There's no coming back from that. And you gotta really like be about it. Like you gotta really not like that being, that entity, to cut him open from thigh to neck. But he's on point though. He's there in the book of Revelations with John. He's there with Daniel. He is there. He's there with Zechariah. He's there during that time of apocalypse, and he's right there. That does happen. They all correlate. The same story. That's the same exact thing they're talking about. It does break down to a violent time like that. It really does. Jesus has nothing to do with those people, nothing to do at all. And he's extremely, it's them. They're over there, and I'm over there. In the book of John, he says, hey, he's going to come into this world. I got nothing to do with him. And then he goes ahead and says in the 16th chapter, behold, I have overcome the world. But that's Jesus on his talk. That's Jesus asserting himself and letting people know who he is, the lion and the lamb. But when we sit here and I'm sitting here and I'm reading, I'm like, wow, he really is going to cut him open from thigh to neck. And then It's not even it. That's not even the culmination of the Shigionoth in the third chapter of Habakkuk. What he then goes ahead and does is he goes ahead and then he sits there in defiance and he's talking about all these evil things that are gonna happen right before him. He says, no, even there's gonna be hunger. You know, there's gonna be pain, there's gonna be hurt, even though there's going to be violence, even though in the face of all these things, he will defiantly trust in the Lord. The Lord is his solid foundation. The Lord is his rock. Man, there's a situation that he's dealing with here that I just, he knows what's facing him is not good. He knows what's coming. But in the face of that all, he's still 10 toes down on the Lord. That's his solid rock. Wow, I don't think you can do better than that. And then there's this hope in there too that he has. I don't know if it's him or Nahum, but there is this hope in there that he has, and they place it and they say, in the face of all this adversity and everything else, the way that he worships the Lord, and he says what the Lord has done for him, is placed him up on high ground, on like the high places, on the mountainous terrain. It has fixed his feet. You gotta understand, like, to fix someone's feet so that he can move like those goats that move with ease on those high places without any worry at all. Like lions are trying to, like mountain lions are trying to chase him, they're just watching him fall. Like, that's how he feels. And the word of the Lord is so good. You just got to spend the time in it. I've been spending time all year with just a minor prophet. Every single month, every single day of the month, I'm just sitting down, going over. What did I miss? What's going on here? Like, what's the question? Who are these people? Who's coming in and opposing them? Like, these are the questions you got to ask. And I guarantee you, there's so much peace that comes in the Lord. Like, there really, really is. There's so much peace that comes in the Lord. You're going to be able to see all things. You're going to be able to understand and do all things. Like, I'm telling you this. Just seek the Lord, as it says, I believe, in the second Psalms, the first Psalms. It says, it's the one who meditates upon the word of the Lord is like one who is by waters. Like, everything you do, you're going to produce such good fruit. As you start to meditate upon the word of the Lord, there's a cleansing that happens, and there is an ability that, like, these connections that are being made inside of your brain or inside of your heart are deeper purpose connections that the world doesn't understand. But you're going to start to understand things on a different level. Like, the audience here in Habakkuk is that people, the people of Habakkuk. It is, but the Holy Spirit has put you in there and has made you a portion of that audience. So you're able to understand, you will know Jesus by his words. He says, my sheep know me. So you will know him by your leader. You know who he is. So I'm sitting, I'm like, yeah, that's him. I know him. I know that guy. When he says, you have made men like fish. And I'm like, oh, I know that guy. I know exactly who he's talking about there. I know him. And, when he talks about, the person being split open from the thigh to the neck, I'm like, oh, I know that guy too. That's the same person. And I just have to share it. That's why I've been going through this, and I'm just so grateful that I have to share it. It is a joy to go through the word of the Lord.